Welcome to Am I the A-Hole, where OP refuses to take care of his abusive former foster parent's son in case they die. My, now 26-year-old male parents passed away in a car accident when I was 11 years old. After their death, I was placed into foster care. My foster parents, Henry and Olivia, had been married for 5 years, but had no children of their own. To me, they were awful, emotionally and sometimes even physically abusive. They controlled every aspect of my life, making me feel worthless and like a burden. I endured their mistreatment for 6 long years before being placed with a new foster family. Thankfully, my new family was much kinder, but the memories of those difficult years lingered for years, and I still hate my former foster parents. After moving in with my new foster family, I came out of the trauma, completed my studies, and now I am working a full-time job and doing very well for myself. And I have even started my own small business recently. My life is not perfect, but I am proud of where I am now. Around 1 month ago, I was at the local market doing some regular shopping when I ran into my former foster parents. I hadn't seen or spoken to either of them since I left their home, and honestly, I never wanted to. However, when they saw me, they acted as if nothing had happened and greeted me as if we had a good relationship in the past. I didn't want to talk to them, but they were persistent, and I felt obligated to engage in conversation. They informed me that they had recently moved into the neighborhood where I live. They also mentioned that they had a baby through IVF and were planning a sip and see party for the new arrival. I congratulated them and told them I was leaving for urgent work. However, they requested me to come to their home, but I politely declined and again told them that I was getting late and would have to leave. They agreed, but my former foster father asked me to give him my contact number and also invited me to the party. I didn't want to have any contact with them, but I had to give him my phone number to get rid of them at that time. I had already decided not to attend the party for their son, so over the next week, I forgot about their invitation and the party. On Friday night, I received a call from my foster father. He said they were waiting for me. I was surprised by their expectations. My foster dad told me that I was the only brother of their son, and they could not have the party without me. It was weird, so I told him that I had forgotten about the party and that I had planned a weekend trip with my girlfriend, so I could not attend the party. My foster father said that I was being inconsiderate as I had forgotten the sip and see party for his brother. I was really surprised by his demands, so I decided to explain why I was not attending the party. I told him that he had met me randomly at the market, and if I had not run into them, they wouldn't have even thought of me attending the party. I told him that if they had done even one good thing for me in the 6 years I was living with them, I would have come to attend the party. My foster father said that they had been good to me for the whole period I lived with them, and whenever they scolded me, it was for my betterment. I told him that he didn't just scold me, but he and his wife tortured me, both mentally and physically, and ruined my childhood. They were responsible for many of the problems I currently face. I told him that I didn't want to see him and his wife, and asked him not to contact me again. While I was talking to my foster dad, I heard a voice from my foster mom. She was crying and requesting me to come and attend the party. She unconditionally apologized for the wrong they had done to me. She said that they just wanted to have a relationship with me. I am a kind of emotional person, so I finally agreed to attend the party. I discussed the whole scenario with my girlfriend and asked her to postpone our weekend trip and go to the party instead. Though hesitantly, my girlfriend agreed, and we went to the party together. At the party, I felt like we were being treated as special guests, and it seemed like the party was arranged for us, not for the kid. There were only a few guests at the party. When I asked my foster parents about it, they told me that they had recently moved into the neighborhood, so they had only a few friends here, which is why there were only a few guests at the party. The party ended around 4 p.m., and they asked us to stay for dinner. We agreed to stay. After the party, they once again apologized for their past behavior towards me during my childhood and asked to rebuild a relationship with them. At that moment, I didn't understand their intentions, but I agreed, thinking they had realized their mistake and I should forgive them, which I did. Despite forgiving them, I couldn't shake the question in my mind about why they had changed from villains to very kind people. They were treating me as if I were their own son. This question kept bothering me, as there didn't seem to be a financial motive involved. Considering they were already wealthy with 2 successful businesses and a higher income than mine, I had a gut feeling that they had ulterior motives, which they eventually revealed about a month after the party for their son. One day, I received a call from my foster mom, asking me to come to their home to discuss something important. When I arrived, my foster parents informed me that they had been battling cancer for the past year, but had only recently been diagnosed, which came as a shock to me. I was puzzled as to how they both could have developed cancer, as it is not a contagious disease OPs, but they showed me their medical documents confirming their diagnoses. They shared that they were undergoing treatment and were hopeful for recovery, but were also fearful of the unknown outcomes. With a new baby in their care, they expressed concerns about the future and asked if I would be willing to care for their child in the worst-case scenario. However, they told me that I would not receive anything from their property, as they had only one son, so they wanted him to inherit everything they had. I didn't know anything about their situation before, so I couldn't make a decision right there. I asked them for some time, and they agreed. Then I asked them why they were not asking their siblings for this responsibility. They told me that they had already asked 2 to 3 of their relatives and mentioned that they were even ready for it, but they wanted a share in the property as compensation. Finally, they said that they approached me because they had raised me and consider me their son. They told me that I seemed to be the only suitable option to take care of their son. When I returned home and thought about it thoroughly, I realized that my foster parents were being selfish and entitled. They were as rough and selfish as they were in my childhood. At that time, they ruined my childhood, and now they wanted to take advantage of me through emotional blackmail. I was not important to them, and the only person they cared about was their son. I discussed the matter with my girlfriend, and she also agrees with me. We finally decided to refuse to take in their son according to their offer. The next day, my girlfriend and I went to them and told them that their demand was not justifiable. We informed them that if they wanted us to take care of their son, in the worst-case scenario, they would have to give us at least half of their property. Otherwise, we could not help them. After hearing this, they were disappointed and said they were not expecting this from me because they raised me and took care of me for 6 years. They were upset that I was not ready to help them. I didn't want to hurt them because they were cancer patients and were already going through a lot. So I said that I hope they don't hit that worst-case scenario, but I cannot accept their offer. Then I left. I am 100% sure that my former foster parents are not sincere to me, but I am still feeling a little bit confused about whether I did right or wrong by refusing to take care of their son in case they die of the cancer. So, am I the AH? I don't think OP is an AH because he is not responsible for taking in the son of his foster parents. Another thing is that OP's foster parents are being dramatic, and I don't think they are going to die of cancer. If they are, they should think about it seriously. No one is going to take their child without any compensation. In this scenario, OP's demand is completely justifiable. So, I would give OP 0 out of 5 on the AH scale. As for OP's foster parents, I would give them 3.5 out of 5 on the AH scale for being so selfish. What do the Mac Reddit fans think? Is the OP an AH or not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like the stories I brought you, just hit the like button, share them as much as you can, and don't forget to subscribe to Mac Reddit for a daily dose. Bye bye, see you tomorrow with some more spicy fries.